In this video, we're going to deal with something that's called dynamic spelling. Now, as you can see, when you look at this body of text right here, you can see I already have something that's active in this document, which I highly recommend that every designer should have active when you're dealing with bodies of text, is to show hidden characters. All right. So if you notice, the hidden characters that you're looking at right here, right now, all right, are basically, you notice all little blue dots, and you'll see the paragraph return. And if you're not sure how you access that option, you go up to type. Now, right now, since I'm looking at it, my other option is to hide it. So typically, this is, no hidden characters. All right, go up to type, show hidden characters. Highly recommend that. But in addition to, and we're going to talk about why, in future videos. But when you look at this right now, there's another feature that I also recommend, especially if you're working with a client who's giving you uh, 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 copy from Word, that's basically how information is going to come to you. You want to make sure that everything is clean. So what you want to do is go up to Edit, and you're going to drop down to something that says Spelling, and then you're going to slide over to where you see Dynamic Spelling. Now, once you highlight that, or once you activate that, you're going to notice that you're going to see things that typically are in red or in green. So let's talk about what's in red. What's in red is typically, like a misspelled word. All right. In other words, when you see something in red, it's like, InDesign is saying, it's not really a word. I don't recognize that. So you need to address that. And then when you see something a little green squiggly, that just means that there may be a grammatic error. For example, if you notice the word up right here, if I were to right click it, it'll even tell you, all right, capitalize up, and it's going to give you that suggestion right there. So once we do that, problem solved. Okay. So now let's say we come down here to Audi. All right. Now in this case right here, you're not going to get so much that it's a misspelled word, but it's going to say, I think you're trying to use a capital A as in Audi, which is the name of the company. All right, so right there you can see we were able to take care of that misspelled word, or the fact that it needed to be capitalized. All right, and again we're going to do a right click here, and the suggestion is either a capital all caps or a capital I for internet. All right, that happens there. All right, and then we're going to come down here to where we see this word AL right here. It's got the red squiggly underneath it. It says this, Al, that's really not what it should be. But here's our options, and this looks like it's it. You know, and a long operating life. That makes sense, and that basically takes care of that problem. And as you can see right here, LED, all right, it's after period, so we know that capitalized LED, lead. All right, so that's how you work with your with dynamic spelling. But now if you notice throughout this body of text, you see I have Audi here, all right? And if this were, say, a 500-page document, and this word was misspelled in every single situation, well, going through the whole thing and just finding and changing and finding and changing could be a bit of a hassle. So what we're going to do right now is we're going to go up to, I'm going to do a Command F, which is find and change. All right, let me pull this over here, and Control F if you're on the PC. And what we're going to do is we want to find the word Audi. So I'm going to type in AUDI, all right? And then I'm going to say change to capital AUDI, all right? And then I'm going to say I want to scan the entire document. So I'm going to say change all. It's going to tell me there are 4 instances. I'll say OK, all right? And if you notice, it's done. It's all done. Now, in this particular case right here, it put a space between. See how you have the space here between the right in front of the word Audi, and here too. So now, if something like that takes place, we're going to do a find change again, because we see we have double spacing here, and that's not really what we want. So let's do a find change again. So we're going to come over here. We're going to highlight the word Audi. We'll say change space AUDI to, take the space out here. We'll say change all. Boom, it's done. So you can see that it took the space out and it changed it, and everything is clean right here. And lastly, you can see the word Wi-Fi. We click on that, and as we click on it, you're going to notice that it's giving us some options we don't like any of the options. In reality, we want this thing to be exactly as it is right here. We want the Wi-Fi. So what we can do is, even though we don't like those options that it's giving us, you can say, let's make this add Wi-Fi to our user dictionary. And what it's going to do is it's going to take that word, it's going to add it to the user dictionary for this document alone. So this way now, if you type in the WIFI, cap FI, all right, it will not come up as a misspelled word. And as you notice, as I'm looking throughout this entire, and I'm just doing a quick scan throughout this entire document, I see I have double spaces in certain areas where there should only be single spaces. So once again, using that find change option, we'll go back here to find change again, Command F or Control F if you're on the PC. All right, so you can say scan the entire document and double spaces. So make sure you put 2 spaces and change all of your 2 spaces to a single space. So you can say change all. It says that there's about 3 instances where it's like that. We say done. And now our document is pretty clean. So that's how we can use the find and change option to actually check spelling and also to make corrections globally throughout the entire